Hi friends, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm so excited to get the flower stand set up with you. The rain has finally arrived here in Pennsylvania and it feels much more like home. I'm not used to having that long period of drought for a month. And to be quite honest, I really started to think about, do I need to run irrigation around here if this is going to become the new norm? But basically we've gone from completely dry to totally wet. So this morning we're going to be harvesting wet flowers. We're going to let them dry inside and then we'll set up the flower stand tonight. All the bouquets are going to be matching pretty much like I always do, but we have all new flowers to cut. We've got these beautiful rosella lilies. We've got our apricot strawflowers already, apple blossom snaps. I'm running really low on the snaps, to be honest. We're also going to be cutting feverfew, bupleurum, poppy pods, orlea, and I think that's it. I think I had it kind of going mentally in my mind what I wanted to cut today. And I do like to do that. If I know I want to set out 4 bouquets, or like today I want to set out 5, I can kind of have that in mind as I cut. So for lily bouquets, I always do 2 lily stems, then we'll do 3 stems of a supporting flower, 5 stems of a spray flower, 7 to 9 stems of a foliage, and I'll kind of talk you through that as we go ahead and cut from the gardens today. So let's get into this video and try to beat the rain. So let's go ahead and start out by cutting some of these breadseed poppy pods. So in this bed we had the rose feathers breadseed poppies, the purple peony poppies, and you see blooming now is frosted salmon. The pods that I'm taking currently are rose feathers. So rose feathers bloomed first. The purple peony, or was it black peony? Maybe it was black peony. I didn't get too many of those, so I'm not sure what happened there. Frosted salmon has always been really, really reliable. However, the rose feathers seem to be producing straighter stems in terms of the pods. So that was kind of interesting, but they're all beautiful and I think they're all worth growing. I saw this great question about, is it too late to plant breadseed poppies? And so I did a little research on that. And I did find one article that said you could still sow them this late in the season, but for those of us growing breadseed poppies for the pods, I thought it would be worth trying a later sowing here and just see what happens. So I ordered some more seeds from Baker Creek. I'm all tangled up now. And what I want to do, and we'll do this together, is I'm going to cut back that one bed of ranunculus that had the Aviv Piccadilly Cafe. I'm going to leave the corms on the ground, and then we'll just seed right over it with these breadseed poppies right here in late June, and we will be able to watch and see what happens together. I would assume that the plants will be really, really short, but the weather is just so strange this year. Who knows what will happen? These Strawflower are closed at the moment just because it's early in the morning and it's still dark out. This is my first cut on these, so I'm going to cut it pretty far down, about, I would say, above maybe 3 to 4 sets of leaves. I'm so excited to harvest these Rosella Dream lilies with you. I chose this variety to bloom along with the apricot strawflower and the apple blossom snaps. These are an Asiatic lily, so they're the first cut lily to bloom. No fragrance on an Asiatic lily, and I'm so glad that they just all bloom together. I'm going to pick about half of these with one lily open or opening and all the rest closed and in colored bud. I have noticed that almost all of my customers will not buy a lily bouquet unless at least one lily is fully open. I think we can pick some of this Colorado yarrow too while we're over here. It'd be a really nice color pairing with these. But I just think that's a beautiful pairing. And here's a quick update on the Invincible Spirit Hedge. Doesn't it look great? Some dandelions in there I gotta pull, but I need to cut flowers first. Now I have two kinds of feverfew over in the driveway. I have the Tetra White, which I think maybe I added this into the garden about 3 falls ago. And then this other one, I think it's called Magic Green. I've had that one for a while. I like that one the best. It just seems like the Magic Green has a stronger stem, and especially because they kind of get tangled up at the top, especially when you have them planted in a garden setting. The stronger the stem, the better. I don't know what Rocky is doing up on the roof, but here's the Tetra White, this more frilly one. And here's the Magic Green, or Magic Lime Green. I'll double check that and put it on the screen. I think we are pretty good to go for the day, friends. I ended up picking for 4 bouquets, mainly based on I just don't have enough snapdragons, and the yarrow is just starting to come on. So I think I'd rather just do 4 really nice bouquets than try to push it to 5 and have them look uneven. So let's get these inside to condition for a few hours. Good morning, friends. It's 6:30 a.m. Saturday morning, and I'm about to get the stand all set up for the day. I think these bouquets turned out just beautifully, and I really love the color palette. This is what I was thinking the bouquets would be looking like this time of year. It was really interesting, even though the Royal Sunset that we sold last week, and I basically just kept selling those type of bouquets over and over again. Even though that coloring isn't what I planned, they sold really well. So I'll repeat that color palette as well next year. Now these lilies just opened last night, so I just continue to pop off the pollinanthers as time goes on. But how about these apple blossom snaps? Aren't they amazing? And I think they just look so beautiful with the apricot strawflowers. I just am really, really happy with these bouquets. We are officially all set up here at 7 a.m. I did go ahead and put a riser on these back bouquets. I just used a flat that I had in the basement, but I think they're still a little bit hard to see there in the back. I'm wondering if I should put some push lights in the stand to kind of light it up from the interior. Let me know what you think about that, but I'm just not sure you can still tell that there's 5 bouquets in here. So I do try to come out every maybe about 2 hours, check on things, and rearrange the flowers so there's always 3 really nice looking bouquets right in the front. It looks like we need some more gardening magazines and some more cards. So let's get that done before everyone gets around to coming out for the day. Well, friends, it's about 3 days later, and we ended up selling all those bouquets by 4 p.m. That was such a wonderful blessing, and henceforth, until I'm out of those Rosella Dreams lilies, I'll just continue to make that exact same bouquet. I usually purchase lilies in 45s, and that usually takes me about a week to sell 45 lilies in bouquets. I think Buddy wants to say hi to you guys. But before I go today, I wanted to show you these Eastern Moon lilies. Aren't they spectacular? They must be about almost 5 feet, probably 5 feet this year. I think, did I put these in last year? It's either been 2 or 3 years that these lilies have been in the ground. Eastern Moon is a trumpet lily. I would say they have a very light fragrance. So even if you sit here at the table, you are not blown away with lily fragrance. It's very light. I mean, it's almost non-existent. It's almost non-existent in terms of fragrance. It's really interesting. Now let me show you a big problem I'm having here. I've been trying to reseed the grass. It looked okay for a while, and then I cut it with the Amish mower. I let the clippings lay in the grass, and I think I did more damage. I don't know, I'm wondering too if I shouldn't be using compost when I put down grass seed. Any and all advice you have on that for me, let me know. Well, friends, thanks again for setting up the flower stand with me. More flower stand setups to come. I'm about a fourth done with part 2 of the renovation over in Grace's garden. And then I'm going to film a June garden tour. I think I'm going to need a lot of grace in terms of that June garden tour, because this year, because of those renovations, I've been a little bit lacking in terms of maintenance on all my gardens. And this year I've been selling as many cut flowers as possible, really kind of taking it back to the way I did things pre-YouTube. And because of that, especially as we walk around the gardens and we get to the raised beds area and the driveway garden, there's going to be almost no flowers at all to look at because we've cut and sold them. But that is the way I like to run my garden, and it just brings me a lot of joy to be able to enjoy the flowers for a small period of time and then to sell them to someone else who can enjoy them in their home, in their kitchen, on their dining room table, what have you. So for now, I want to wish you all a wonderful day. Grace is dying to come out here, so I'll see you sometime soon. Bye.